I want to get this first card out.
Alright. Yes, sir.
Alright. Fuck. I still need to come up with like a greeting.
What up, YouTube?
What up, freaks and geeks?
What up, freaks and geeks? A little different shape, sizes. No. YouTube intros are not.
Alright. What's up, freaks and geeks? Welcome back to Blackheart Productions, and with me today is my co-host from Field When Faded, Mr.
Fern Dizzle. That's right. What up, YouTube? It's good to see you guys again. We're here for the second
Number 2.
Halloween review
Directed by Rob Zombie.
as well.
So, I guess we'll just jump right into it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So how does it start out? Oh yeah. So it starts out with Lori pretty much like on top of Michael with the gun, and she fucking shoots him in the. Oh wait, no. Actually, there's a little scene before that. It's little Michael in the hospital with his mom, and that's when
It introduces this weird fucking. I don't know why it's in the movies, but it's a white horse and his mother, his dead mother.
it's like a symbol or some shit.
Something. I still can't seem to figure out what it is. That's the intro, though. We see that. I'm thinking Rob Zombie is just pretty much saying, I don't want this to be like, what the fuck? So we gotta throw that in.
Yeah, because she like hands Michael this little white toy horse or whatever and tells him that when he's sad, he can, when he's sad or whatever, he can look at the horse and think of his mom or some shit like that. And it's just weird because it's, I don't know, to me it seems like Jason, you know?
It does. It's a little strange.
Sorry. I got shit in my throat. But no, so yeah, she tells, so I don't know, that whole scene was weird, and it seemed a lot more weird too because Michael seemed like a little Michael, and this seemed like a different child than he did in the first Rob Zombie movie. He's played by a different actor too, but I mean, like, just like, I never thought I'd see Michael, like, sitting there like, well, like, I'm just sad, mommy.
Ooh.
Like, in the first one, he was like, please put my mask back on. You know? Fuck.
So it opens it up to that, which is, like I said, in my opinion, it's just pretty much sorting out, like, what the fuck is going on with this white horse and mom. I mean, it still kind of is like that. Why is that thrown in a Michael Myers movie? I don't know.
Personally, I think Rob Zombie just made the whole white horse thing to give his wife the role in the movie again. I mean,
that makes sense.
which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, you know. That's a nice guy.
It's different.
I'm just saying, definitely could have been left out. And if it was left out, I feel like that movie would have been a lot more like grindhouse kind of feeling, like, because like I feel like every time in this movie, like, we're still at the intro kind of, but I'm just gonna say it real quick. Like, every time in this movie when this white horse cuts on, it's just, it kind of throws you off of the horror vibe, and you go into like a Oliver Stone movie or some shit.
Yep.
And it's just weird. I don't like it. It reminds me of like Natural Born Killers, you know, or like some weird shit. Like,
just a different, not a Michael Myers movie. So it opens up to that. Next we got the sheriff fucking talking to, what should we call her? Lori, I guess.
yeah.
You know, this is the aftermath. It jumps to the aftermath of after she shot Michael in his fucking face.
Yeah, and she's like walking down the street all
Fucked up.
slow and weird. And she's like, I killed him. I killed him. I killed him.
I hid in the floorboards. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he's like, give me the gun, Swede. Just get in the car. I don't know if we mentioned this in the last movie too, but Sheriff Brackett is played by Brad Dourif, who's the voice of Chucky.
He is.
Legendary fucking dude right there. But yeah. Anyway, so And then we cut to back at like the Myers house or wherever the fuck the house where we ended off where it's at, and these coroner people are taking Michael into the morgue, and these dudes are fucking freaks. And then we cut back to Lori, I think, right? And it shows like some of the nasty shit.
Yeah, she shows her cuts, all that shit. The aftermath of pretty much Michael fucking with her.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he wouldn't have done anything though. She didn't just stab him in his shoulder after trying to show her.
Dude, so I watched it this morning and I remember laughing because like at that scene was one of the doctors was like, "So what happened?" I don't know. I think she got in a car crash or something like that. I was like, "What the fuck kind of car was she in to fuck her up that bad, dude?" Like, oh my god. I mean, maybe, but like, just like the countless cut mark, like slashes, like not just cuts, because like, I guess in a car crash you can get cut from glass out the window, but like getting fucking like stabbed and shit and like thrown around, I don't know.
Yeah.
That seemed way more than a car crash to me. That shit made me kind of laugh right there.
Yep, and then fucking fuck. So yeah, she's pretty much getting stitched up and shit, and then you know, we cut to Michael escaping, I think.
Yeah,
right?
back to these weird corner dudes
Oh,
who are driving.
God, they're fucking.
He's like, I never been. He's like, oh fuck, what did he say? I heard tell about a couple wagon boys used to fuck corpses, and like, it's weird because the camera keeps zooming in on his fucking buck ass horse.
Yeah,
and he's like, fuck corpses. Yeah, and it's like, and oh god, you know,
angled out. Like, see how our teeth are
yeah, they're like
go normal, like they angle outward.
They're like that.
Yeah.
And then
fuck, dude.
He's like, yeah, they're just so basically they're just talking about how fucking they would fuck one of the victims or some weird nasty Rob Zombie shit.
He's like, their titties out.
Yeah. That was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
And then out of nowhere, he's like, cow, cow, and
yeah,
fucking, he's like, what, cow, fucking, and then
Bam.
they smoke a cow, and the cow fucking just pummels the van, dude.
Yes, the cow pummels the van, and then it cuts to one of the funniest fucking scenes in this movie, I think, dude. This guy. I don't know what was behind the acting or whatnot.
Dude, you know what I realized today too? Okay, hold on, keep going.
Go ahead, dude.
So this dude, so they crash, right? And the dude in the front seat is dead as fuck. Or no, the driver's seat. Sorry, and the dude in the passenger seat, the weird one, the fucking corpse fucker. Yeah, the buck teeth dude. He's sitting there, and I think what's going on is he's trying to see if his jaw's broken or not, because he says hooks too over and over. He's like, hooks, 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 hooks. Yeah. And then he's like, fuck.
This is one of the funniest fucking, if you have any sense of humor at all, you're gonna look at this and start laughing. Because it's so unexpected. You're like, okay, what's gonna happen? Kind of got like a fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibe in my eyes, like when they crash into that cow. Like, just shows this pummeled car. And this dude's just sitting there with a cut up face, just fuck, fuck, fuck.
and then you hear Michael get out of the back of the van, and it's like, and then he's like,
yeah.
oh, fuck, 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 fuck,
yes.
and then
you guys really
and then he's like, help me,
help me,
help me,
help me. And it's the weirdest fucking scene, dude. I mean, you could just tell he's fucked up in the head just by, he's about to die, and that's what he decides to do, is scream help me to Michael Myers.
And and so Michael walks up to the front window and like looks at him, and the dude smiles at Michael. He's like,
yeah, he's a goofy fucker.
And then Michael slits his fucking throat open with a piece of glass,
then proceeds to cut his head off afterwards.
Mm-hmm. And then this is where we see the white horse, like the real white horse, for the first time. And see, this is what I'm saying. Like, we got this really grimy shit going on so far, okay? And then here comes this white horse, and it's just, it kind of stops the fucking like, I don't know. Like, it just stops the train. Like,
it interrupts the fucking... I don't know what to call it. It interrupts the fucking aura of what's happening.
Like, yeah, I don't... It's just offbeat of what's going on. To me, anyway.
Yeah, and I think the moral of There's White Horse is just... I mean, I think they're both fucking crazy. But the moral of this horse is just... I don't know. I still don't really know.
Yeah, it's a weird little
I mean,
thing.
I got an idea of it, but we'll get into it. So he's heading back to Haddonfield.
Mm-hmm.
Michael is. He's not dead. And then we cut to...
Lori back in the hospital.
Yep. Lori's back in the hospital, and it's actually a nightmare. It looks real as fuck.
Yeah, like the way you view it at first, like the first like 15, 30 minutes of this movie are like fucking... It's like a redo or a remake of the original Halloween 2, but Rob Zombie style. But I feel like this part of the movie was one of the best parts of the movie.
It was. This dream, and...
It was very Halloween.
Like, yes, it was. It was fucking,
Dude, it was so brutal, too. Like, fucking... Okay. I don't want to jump ahead. Let's just keep it going. So, yeah, Lori wakes up, and she kind of wakes up, and she's all fucked up, and she wants to go see Annie Brackett, sheriff's daughter.
Her best friend.
Mm-hmm. And, Annie don't wake up or whatever. Or, no, the nurse tells her to get out or something. So, and she gets, like, lost or something in the hospital.
She's on her way back to her room. The nurse is trying to help her. The nurse gets called away.
Yeah.
And so she's just left there to pretty much wander. Real Halloween 2 vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Really, like Lori. I mean, if you put them side by side, Lori walking down all drugged the fuck up. I mean, she's not drugged up in this, but she's pretty injured. They're both just gimping down a hallway. That's the movie scene, so it's very Halloween 2 feeling. And then what happens? Fucking.
She I don't know. She just kind of grows lost. Like
the doctor comes back, right?
She's fucking with her throat cut.
Yeah.
And she's like trying to talk or something.
Yeah, the doctor, nurse doctor, whatever, comes back. And Lori's just looking at her, and then fucking, she just, blood pours out. Blood just starts pouring out of this bitch's mouth, okay? And then she starts screaming.
Oh, fuck.
She starts screaming when she looks down, sees the blood, and she's like,
ah! Yeah!
All loud and obnoxious. And Lori, after seeing that, I think she dips.
Yeah, she takes the fuck off.
She dips.
Because Michael comes up behind that lady and just starts
pounding her with a knife. Yeah, that noise, dude, is...
That's that tank Michael.
Yeah, that's that fucking... He's just stabbing her repeatedly.
So, like, this is another really cool part that I thought was, like, really Halloween vibe that, like, I forgot about. But when I saw this part, because, like, I don't know, there's something about Halloween movies. I feel like you gotta have an aspect in there that's not Michael that's weird. Like, I don't know, like, I can't really explain it right now. Just some weird shit. Like, I don't know. Really.
I mean, she's walking over.
She's like walking down the stairs, and dude, she finds that old lady hung on the fucking stair gate, and her eyes are gouged out. That right there is like,
I mean,
that's
Michael
really fucking.
Michael has a tendency to make art.
Yeah, he's an artist. He's definitely an artist.
If murder was a masterpiece, he would major in art for sure.
That part was sick. So then she gets outside eventually. And she gets to, like, the little security booth or whatever, and there's, like, a security guard in there, and he's trying to calm her down and whatnot, and, he's like, I'm gonna go get my truck, you just wait in here. She's like, no, don't leave me. And
he ends up, he calms her down. Oh, let's not forget that scene of Michael taking that axe, and when that shot of Michael walking with his hair out in the rain, and it's long,
yeah, dude.
And it's just... Whatever mask was used in that scene, I want to get that mask. I mean, it's like got longer hair. It's like,
and is it the one that's like covered in blood?
It's like covered. It's like got longer hair, like stooped down, and it just looks just looks sketchy as fuck. Like, and he's walking with a hatchet. Fire hatchet, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just that shot. that plays before what we just explained, but that shot alone, I'm like, really sets you in like a. It brings back that vibe, that aura that, you know, when he's cutting that fucker's head off.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, Rob Zombie does have his moments when it comes to filmmaking. Like, I think Rob Zombie's movies are fucking genius.
Mm-hmm.
There's just things he needs. Well, I'm not gonna say he needs, but I feel like he should leave out.
Yes, like
For
the
sure.
brutal fucking.
Yeah, the sexual assaulting. No one wants to see that. Like, and that's just weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
But and then like just I don't know with the white horse bullshit. No one cares, dude. I don't know why. That I don't give a fuck about the white horse.
No.
And neither does anyone else. Like, we came to see Michael, you know.
Yeah, that's why it's one of the not favorite people this Halloween franchise. But
yeah, this one is actually shit on a lot. But personally, I
like it. It's like we explained in the last episode.
Yeah, there's Halloweens that I dislike very much more than Rob Zombie's number 2.
H4O.
Yeah.
My God.
When
the fuck?
Oh fuck! They shit. They shit out Brick.
Yeah, he did.
Brick's a stone. Anyway, so eventually Lori does wake up or whatever. I think Michael's like standing over her with that axe, and he's about to fucking hack her with it, and then that's when she wakes up. And then we find out, and it's like what, 2 years later or 1 year later? I think it's 2.
Some years later.
Or no, I think it's 3 actually. It's been a minute.
It's been a long.
Because Lori's changed.
Yeah, and she's not fucking. You instantly see she's not a fucking school good girl like how she was in the first one. She's a punk.
Yeah.
Fucking emo vibe. I mean, you look at the scene. She's got pentagrams on her bathroom wall, like.
And she works at the record store with like these.
She's got dreads in her hair. It's not clean cut with glasses anymore. I mean,
she definitely changed.
She looks like she does drugs now.
And she also lives with the Brackets, Annie Brackett and Sheriff Brackett now, which is kind of an awkward situation when you look at it. Like,
yeah.
But I guess they took her in, you know, because her parents obviously got killed in the first one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really know too much, like the thickness of the details right here, but I know Lori's going to therapy about Michael, and she's kind of a bitch to her therapist, and her therapist is kind of a bitch to her too, and it's just, you know, some bickering like Rob Zombie stuff going on.
Nothing good comes out of the way she's affected by this,
and the town too.
The town, like, it's nothing has got. If anything, it's gotten worse that Michael's not there.
So let's talk about Loomis. We haven't brought him up yet. He has changed a lot as well, too.
Loomis has changed a lot. He's a faggot these
days.
He
turned into a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Money grubbing fucking
He's
Jew.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at where he came from, like just a middle-aged dude at the time helping Michael Myers.
And he was trying to help, and he trying to save everyone.
Yeah, he was useful to the world and a good person. Now he's
making money off the tragedy.
He's making money, and
he knows it, and he don't give a fuck. He literally tells his secretary, "This is business, woman, business." And I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
People died.
People died, and it's business. Like, sounding like a fucking politic, really.
Yeah. So we find out that Michael is still alive. And he's just a fucking bum.
Yeah.
A hippie, dude. He has
fucking beard. He doesn't wear his mask all the time. I mean, when he's traveling, he's got this trench coat on. Mm-hmm. Walks with a satchel.
And I think that's where he keeps his knife and his mask, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it humanizes him. He's not a shape anymore. He's a fucking bum.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, there's some like, there's some things about Hobo Myers that I do like. I like the idea.
I like
of it.
Like too.
Because if you're like, if you look at it realistically, like if Michael Myers was a real person and he killed a bunch of people and like got away, like that's what he would be 3 years later. If he wasn't killing people and he was just like living on fucking wild dogs and shit, like he would have a beard and like, you know, just walking around smelling like ass.
He would.
But another thing is like we find out Michael and Laurie are sisters in this universe as well, and we find out that they share kind of like a psychic connection, almost like Halloween 4 with his niece. But in this one, it's Laurie, obviously, and because when Michael's eating this dog, she is eating dinner with Sheriff Brackett and Annie, and I don't know if she like tastes the dog or something, or like sees it or something, but she throws up and like totally like loses her shit for a second, you know. And the whole movie at this point is just kind of interviews with Dr. Loomis on various TV shows and shit, and like it's always people asking him like, how do you feel about what happened? Do you feel responsible? Like shit like that.
And he's a hothead these days.
And he's like, no, I have tremendous sympathy for all the family, you know. But,
yeah.
And then, so we'll talk about this one scene, the book sign scene with the.
Yeah, he almost gets clapped on.
That scene was pretty cool because that really shows you right there what the fucking effect on the town was. Like, because at first it shows this one dude, and you always got these weirdos, right? These weirdos who are like obsessed with serial killers. Mm-hmm. That's us.
Yes.
No, but I know I'm talking about different ones. But like people, like if you guys watch the Dahmer series, and it's like the kids who are like taking pictures out front of his apartment, like with a knife, like that's too much. That's fucking weird. Okay, that's
fucking weird.
That's sick. That's sick. Or like if you let your kid go out trick or treating dressed as fucking Ted Bundy, like.
Yeah.
What the fuck's wrong with you? Because that's just not cool. Like, you could dress up your kid as Freddy, but, you know, that's just that's totally different. Well, I'm not going to get into that right now, but what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So you get this one dude who comes up who's like one of these weirdos, and he's like, your Myers is so much deeper than, like, Dahmer and those other guys, and... You know, and
just a fucking goofball.
Yeah, and then you get people like that, and then you get this dude who comes up, and he wants his book signed, and when Dr. Loomis opens the book, there's a picture of the dude's daughter who got killed 3 years ago on Halloween.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, and he's like, "Your monster killed my baby and shit. Fuck you, Loomis. I'm gonna kill you." Pulls out a gun, tries to shoot him. So you really see what kind of life Sam Loomis is fucking living right now.
And he doesn't have to. It's just where he decided to go with it, dude.
Yeah, and, like, he kind of just... It's
he purposely shit on people's families.
Mm-hmm. Like, and he's making millions off of it, you know? And that's just fucked. So, I guess we could get back, or down to October 31st.
Yeah. Now,
officially Halloween.
Fucking...
Oh, wait, no, there's one more scene before that. The strip club.
Yes, oh my god.
This is a really cool scene.
This is where we've never seen this before with Michael's mask, but it started at the beginning of the scene. You know, it's Frankenstein, which is really just a strip club on there.
Yeah. It's the night before Halloween.
It is.
And I think this is a strip club, like, a little bit outside of Haddonfield, kind of.
It's fucking looks out of town, dude.
Yeah. But so Michael's like walking in or not walking in. He's just kind of stalking the place, and then we're just like quickly introduced to these three characters, which is the strip club owner, a stripper, and then this like I think it's the bouncer dude.
He's an employee.
Yeah, I think it's the bouncer. Like some. That's what he seems like, because he tells... Anyway, they tell him to take out the trash because they're gonna fuck, obviously, Rob Zombie style, and so this dude takes out the trash and Michael's standing out there, and this dude's already pissed off because he got his ass ripped by the boss
right in front of the stripper he wanted to bang.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, at first he's just like, you know, boss says you don't want people you want, or
don't want bombs fucking
you don't
here in the back.
So just get on going. And then Michael's just standing there, and he's like,
and you can actually see Michael's face in this one.
Yeah, he's not wearing his mask. He just has his hood up,
and you can see him.
It's weird.
It's different.
It's cool though.
He looks like fucking Zach Wilde.
Like, I kind of like Hobo Myers.
He is
like,
sick.
It's a cool idea, and yeah, he's just like, listen, man, I just put some worthless jag-off in the hospital a couple hours ago. So don't test me or something. And then he tries to like move, and Michael just like steps in front of his way, and he's just, he gets so frustrated. He's like,
yeah, he does.
He's like, oh, all right, motherfucker, or something.
Yeah.
And then, fuck, how does he kill this guy?
The guy punches Michael?
He tries to, and I think he, like, just grabs him and, like,
Body
pushes him on
slams
the ground, dude, and then stomps his fucking head in.
Yep.
And then, so we get back to the strip club owner and the stripper, and they're fucking.
They're fucking hard.
And Michael walks in, and this dude pulls out a gun, and he's like, get the fuck out of here, motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. And he's like walking up to Michael with it. Dumbass, you already know what happens.
And Michael fucking breaks his arm, compound fracture style.
Literally.
Just grabs his arm and he's like, oh!
Yeah, dude, he screams like a bitch.
He's smashing into walls and shit. Like,
I remember when I saw that movie when I was a little kid. That part scared me because I don't think I ever seen a grown man scream like that.
Yeah.
Not even in a movie. Because when this dude's like stumbling and shit, he's literally like,
yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh, then he kills the stripper too.
Yeah, but the most important thing, this mask changes, dude. I mean, it's not the most important, but it's definitely when I first seen it, like the first couple of times.
Oh yeah, because that dude ripped some of his mask off.
The stripper did, because he grabs her or something. Like, he's not hurting her at first. He was going to. And she rips a piece of his mask off. And honestly, the way I feel about it now, I'm like, you better kill that bitch for fucking up your mask.
Yeah, you don't fuck with Michael's mask.
Yeah, dude, and the eye it showed after, he was furious, dude. So he just smashes her head into glass, like 19 times. Even after she's dead, he looks at her, smashes it again.
Yeah, one more. Yeah.
Then he lets her go.
So now we cut to October 31st, and Lori's kind of losing it for some reason. Like,
she's really losing it. It seems
she
like
gets in a fight with her therapist.
That telepath, whatever connection they have, that's more than just.
I think it's also the holiday too.
Yep, and it's the holiday, and if she could feel his aura, I mean, the closer he gets, the more crazier she gets. It seems like, dude.
That seems. I honestly never thought of it like that, but that makes sense now.
Like, he's further away. She barely has nightmares here and there. He's, fucking. I can't gauge where he is, but I'm sure he's a few 100 miles away. And then she's starting to go crazy, and then now he's in Haddonfield. She's blowing up on her fucking therapist. Mm-hmm. She's resorting to drugs and alcohol.
And what really sets her off is she walks past the bookstore and she sees the book.
And that's what said it.
She fucking reads something out of it and obviously finds out that she is Angel fucking Myers.
She's not Laurie Strode.
I'm Angel fucking Myers!
And then she proceeds to listen to punk music.
Yeah, she tells her
friends.
roomies to fuck off. Sheriff Brackett and Annie.
And she goes to her friends to get fucked up.
Yep, for Halloween night. And then
by this time, Michael's in town. He's
murdering people
for her
now.
Yeah.
and he kills her friend and a dude she met at the party in the back of a van.
Yep. So they go to this Halloween party. She wants to get fucked up and forget.
Oh yeah, and Lori starts seeing the fucking white horse too, because she gets all fucked up at the party and she kind of falls out and she wakes up
Michael grabs her.
Yeah.
Bam, and then
little kid Michael grabs her at the party.
And then
doesn't he?
I think it's
like in the dream, and she starts freaking out, and then she wakes up in the middle of the crowd.
Yeah, and it's just a fucking guy in a wolf costume.
Yeah, yeah. But like she talks to her real mom, Mrs. Myers, in the dream, and she's like, "You gotta come home, sweetie," or whatever. Michael's gonna come get you, and all this. So I think we can kind of see
where
what's
this
going
white
on.
horse is going.
I think I get it now. I think it's just.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say earlier in the video that I said would wait. So that point of that is just pretty much, fucking. I don't know what it means, if it's a plot line to get the story ended.
I think it's maybe just to reunite the family.
Yeah.
All together.
Yep.
Because. Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, because. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either, but it definitely fucking. It starts to come together towards the end. It's time for her to come home. She's having these dreams in between, like, we didn't really go over them, but she's having these dreams in between where she's like, that Halloween party, and she's in a dream, and there's, like, fucking people from, like, Alice in Wonderland looking at people.
Yeah, that was weird.
And Michael's got a skeleton for a body with his, it's not Michael, but the mask on the top of the skeleton body.
It's just some weird Rob Zombie shit, again, like... Trippy Oliver Stone kind of feel to it.
It definitely is. And she's finally freaking the fuck out. It's probably because Michael's like
close.
Yards,
maybe
meters away from
her. He is, because he kills her fucking friend right outside
in the back.
So she leaves with her other friend, and they go back to Annie's house. Now, in the meantime, while all this is going on, back at the Brackett house, it's been being guarded by the police, and Michael fucking went in there, killed the fucking cop out front, and killed Annie, too. Yeah. He didn't kill her on the spot, but he fucked her up good enough
just the same way he did in the first movie. It's just that he finished. Because he cuts her up in the first movie.
Yeah.
And this time, he really fucking cut her up.
Yeah, he fucks her up, dude, but he doesn't kill her all the way.
He just slashes her a bunch and pretty much lets her bleed out to death.
But he's smart. Honestly, you know what I think? I think Annie was just bait to get Lori.
That's why I was just gonna say, dude. He's smart.
Yeah.
Because it's like he knew.
If he's gonna leave her bleeding on the floor, Lori's gonna come right to her rescue, and that's exactly what happens when Lori and her other friend return from the party drunk, trying to like sober up, whatever.
Yep.
And this is pretty much where we approach like the final act of the movie, and so obviously
the people who were trying to hide the Angel Myers thing, that's why the house is being guarded and shit. Like, it's coming together that, oh shit. The sheriff found out that Loomis is fucking telling everyone about the secret they're trying to hide. And then she's going off crazy. Yeah. That fucking cop dies brutal, too.
Yeah.
Like, all the kills in this.
Dude, yeah, Michael's kills in this movie are top notch, for sure. Like, they definitely... Then, see, that's another thing that Rob Zombie can do well, is a slasher movie. Like, if you ever watched The Devil's Rejects. Or, like, that whole trilogy.
Most of his movies, dude. You can, it's not.
He knows horror.
Yeah.
He definitely knows horror.
And he knows makeup. Whoever he hires for makeup effects.
Yeah. Oh, dude. His special effects are good. Like the surgery scene at the beginning was disgusting.
It looked very real.
Fucking nasty, dude. Like, they're, like, picking her finger fucking nails off out of her finger. Alright. So we were...
She's home. Michael's in the house. Her and her friend walk in the house. And, I'm talking about Angel Myers. Her and the friend she left with from the party enter the house. And they're feeling better. They're going to order some pizza, and I think...
Or they were making food.
They were making food or something.
And then she
goes upstairs, or they actually see, like, some shit knocked over or something.
Yeah, and then they find Annie upstairs all, like, bloody as fuck.
Naked in the bathroom. and fucking her homegirl gets clapped immediately, like
downstairs.
After.
Well, she calls the cops, and she gets the call through, but she dies.
And Michael just choke slams her out to the table.
Annie just dies out of like
blood
naturally.
loss.
Yeah, like Michael doesn't brutally murder her, so
he lets her live on purpose. I notice he does that sometimes. He like kills him to almost the point of death, and then he leaves him.
Yeah, I think he's pretty articulate with his timing on death. You know, like I think he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, he does.
But so Lori leaves, and what does she do? She gets a ride from a dude in a truck or something.
And so she sees Michael, and she's running in the woods. Michael's coming after her, and as she's running, this dude in a car comes, and he's like, "Yo, you need help or whatever, fucking." And she's like, "Yeah." She gets in the car, but there's Michael, right behind her, and Michael claps that dude on the hood of his car, just slashes him or something. I think he stabs him or something.
Yeah, because I remember it. I just watched it too. But the blood went on the windshield. Yeah. I remember that.
And then he goes over and instead of grabbing Lori out, he decides to pick the fucking car up.
Oh yeah, he fucking rolls it over.
Yeah,
dude.
he picks the car.
He rolls it all the way into the ditch.
And then grabs Lori.
Takes her to the barn.
And this is towards the ending of the movie.
This is the ending right here. And there's two different endings. Because we just saw a whole different one out.
This is the theater ending, I think.
Yeah.
Or it's director's. It's one of them. It
has to be the theatrical.
I think it's the theater, though, if I'm not wrong.
It has to be, I think.
Because the original one, Lori survives, and I think... I don't know.
Okay, well...
Dr.
Loomis is called as well, and this is where he decides to redeem himself. And he's like, all right, I'm coming. I'm gonna go fucking stop Michael, because at this point, the police have Michael and Lori surrounded in the barn. Mm-hmm. They just, it's just like almost like a hostage situation going on here. So they can't go in. So Loomis arrives eventually, and he goes inside the barn, and he walks in, and Michael's just kind of standing in the corner. And Lori's like on her knees like this, and Loomis is like, come on, let's go, like get up. And she's like, I can't, he won't let me. He's holding me down. And he's like, who is holding you down?
Yes. There's no one that's holding your hand.
It's little Michael. It shows us. It's little ghost Michael, and the mom's standing behind them. And so Loomis, I think, tries to like help her up, and that's when Michael... I don't know what version this is, but Michael fucking grabs Loomis, rips his own mask off, and like gets in Loomis's grill, and he's like, die! Yeah. And fucking stabs him to death, which we've never heard Michael speak ever, except when he's a child, obviously.
Yep, and he finally does. Yeah, that's the director's cut ending, I think.
And then and they fucking shoot Michael to death.
Michael comes out. And then
they just bombard him with bullets. Yeah. And I think what Lori comes out after that, and then she picks up the knife, and she starts walking towards
Loomis.
Yeah, and everyone's like, stop, and then a cop shoots her.
Yep, and then she's
dead
apparently. But they always have both of these endings where I guess she's not. She's in a crazy house.
Yeah, like a
loony
asylum.
Yeah.
And
she's just sitting there smiling. And then the second one is the one we just watched.
So yeah, the other one, there's a remix of Love Hurts that plays as she sees her mom and Michael on the horse or whatever walking down the hall. And then in this one we just saw, it's like a slowed down John Carpenter piano Halloween theme kind of, which I thought went really well. Honestly, I like the Love Hurts version too, but I didn't see that one before.
This one is different. Michael ends up killing Loomis brutally, and then he gets shot. Michael gets shot, and he actually dies by his younger sister. She fucking grabs a knife and stabs him a bunch.
And then I think what happens to her?
She puts the mask on, and then she goes outside, and they're like, what the fuck? She takes it off and turns the mask around, looks at it, and then it cuts to her being in the asylum. She doesn't get killed in the second inning.
Weird.
She just... Something with that mask. I'm sure it's due to the third one, because the third one they were supposed to fucking...
Yeah, they're going to make a third one, and it was actually going to be Michael and Lori together on like a cross-country killing trip.
Yeah.
But,
So I think both of those endings were supposed to
leave
an ending for...
But I think what happened, I think one was like the Weinstein's ending, and I think the other was Rob Zombie's ending.
Yeah.
Because I think Rob Zombie's ending was the one where he rips off his mask and stabs Loomis and gets shot.
Die.
Because I think Rob Zombie right there, he knew he was done with Michael. Because just go search it up on YouTube. Like Rob Zombie did not have the greatest time making the second movie.
No.
He didn't like it, and it's not because of the movie. It's because of the company.
What went into it too?
Yeah,
it was not his element at all.
And they whoever it was, I want to say it was the Weinsteins. I'm not sure, but they were pretty much writing the third one behind his back as the second one was being released, and that's if I was Rob Zombie, I'd say fuck you guys too. You can have Michael.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll have to do. I don't know. We started out with Rob Zombie, and eventually we're gonna do all the Halloweens.
All the Halloweens, we're gonna switch it up too.
So I say we go back, since we covered this whole timeline all together. We should just go back to the original.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the.
We'll go to John Carpenter's fucking.
And the Cult of Thorn.
The Cult of Thorn, that whole timeline, because I think there's, geez, what is there now? 4 different fucking timelines. There's the original, and then there's that.
There's the original.
The fuck.
And then there's the H2O timeline, and then there's like the H4O, which is like Halloween Kills and shit, and then there's the Rob Zombie. So yeah, that's like 4 different timelines.
Something
I held
like
up
that.
4 instead of 3.
Something like that, but they all root from the beginning, and we will start there.
Hell yeah!
I mean,
so we'll probably do the 78 one next time.
Yes, sir.
So
rating.
Oh yeah, rating. Gosh, I don't. I was trying to think. I don't remember what I gave the first one, but I think I liked the first one better.
I do as well.
But just because of the kills and the brutalness of this one, I think I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
6.5, folks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably give this one about, probably about a 7, maybe. Because. The way I'm rating it is just based off of all aspects, fucking, the plot line and shit, what the fuck.
Yeah.
That takes off some points, but, the mask design, the creativity in it, that's, really not seen unless you're kind of into that shit.
Yeah.
Like, Chase, me, we we view shit like that in movies, but, just seeing all that shit.
Yeah, Rob Zombie really... Again, he knew what he did. He knew what he was doing.
Oh yeah, and he's one of the few to fucking I mean, shit, I haven't seen a scarier Michael since the original.
Except, the new one's kind of scary.
The new one he's fucking...
Except for Halloween Ends.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll definitely get there.
We'll get there.
I got a lot of shit to say about Halloween Ends. I'm sure you all do too.
So we got a 6.5 and a 7 for this movie.
Yeah, not honestly, I'd probably give it a 5, dude. Honestly, but the 6.5 is just because of the I do like the Hobo Myers idea, and I just like Michael in this movie. Michael alone.
Michael as a character, that's what.
It's just the shit surrounding him.
Yeah,
that was off, but it's a Michael Myers movie, so that's why I gave it a 6.5, because Michael alone held that movie up.
Yes, he did. The shit around it.
Yeah.
And overall, the series, it's decent. And like I said, it's one of my favorite.
Yeah, I love Michael Myers.
Not a series, fuck. The trilogy, whatever the fuck.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, the Rob Zombie.
Oh,
the
I thought you were just talking about Michael in general.
Oh, the Rob Zombie boot off. To me, it's it'll as shitty as the movies are. The more and more I watch it,
it's a love-hate relationship with me. I love it a lot, but there's things I hate about it. But I love it more than I hate it, of course.
There's some movies out there that people have made with Michael that we'll get there. I'm just like, you do not deserve that at all.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm Feeling When Faded, so go check that out. Go check out his YouTube.
Fern Fleck. This is Blackheart Productions.
Yes. Peace out, freaks and geeks.
See you in the next one.